Mr. McAllister is one of the great teachers here at Blake High School. Mainly teaching English classes, he has recently taken on the film side of the TV and film program. He is very excited to share his love for cinema to his students.
So I was first interested in film when I was actually placed into a class when I was in high school that was all about narrative cinema. And I wasn't exactly sure what it entailed, but I knew that we would be watching a few movies that I had seen, a few that I hadn't seen. And at that age, I was like, oh, watching movies in class? Why not? And frankly, it ruined watching movies for me to the point where now, every time I look at something, my very first thought is either, wow, this is really well composed, or, ooh, something is off. Whether it is sound levels for dialogue, just, something looks a little strange. It's easier to kind of catch when things don't work than it is when things do. And that really opened my eyes to it. Then in college, I really continued with those classes, specifically actually with the writing side of film. Making sure that you can actually convey a story, but also make sure that you're telling it visually as well, because that's a very unique challenge, especially when it's not through stills, it's through motion picture. So making sure that you can actually convey written word with actions of others. It's always been very interesting to me. It's always been a very complicated but very fun medium to really analyze.
On top of his passion for film, he has a funny story on how he started teaching.
I didn't know what I wanted to do for the longest time, and I kind of bounced around from job to job, just knowing that things weren't exactly fulfilling. And I didn't know that I wanted to teach until I was probably about, around 30. And my mom had told me from watching my nephews, you know what, you're really good at watching these guys. You should think about becoming a teacher. She was a teacher, and at that point I was like, oh no, that's the last thing I want to be. But I wasn't exactly enjoying my old job. So I became a substitute and very quickly found out this is not only what I want to do, but what I'm meant to do. Making a difference and actually having that tangible difference in terms of looking at the work that a student has produced, it's very, very rewarding, and knowing that something that I know has actually helped somebody else in terms of not only increasing their knowledge, but also maybe instilling a little confidence in their own abilities too.
I'm Cisco Batanzas for the WBUZ, signing off.